Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Brownie Time.
Okay, let me put this here. This Sunday is Pentecost. We celebrate the Holy Spirit's action on the apostles who were enclosed in the upper room and giving them the needed push to go out and carry out the work of Jesus and the salvation of souls. And even today, the work of the Holy Spirit is still strong in the church, empowering people to go out of their comfort zones to do small things with great love, very Carmelite.
Since we will be celebrating Pentecost Sunday, we all know how the Holy Spirit works.
Blow.
Yeah. In our episode, we will be having a very special guest, a very charismatic person. The Spirit also blew in a very special guest, our very own student director. Again.
Okay, so the Holy Spirit blew in a very, very special guest for today.
Yeah, and he is our very first guest priest in this episode. He's no other than our student director, Father Richard Escoto. Yay! Oh my gosh!
I am in a capuch. Wearing my capuch.
Oh my God, that's the Holy Spirit.
Oh, the
again.
Holy Spirit.
Oh, the Holy Spirit. Wow. To be focused, at the same time to be with you.
Wow.
And sharing with you our life.
You see how very animated our student director is.
So, Father, before we begin today's episode, in last week's episode, we had a little competition that we organized. So we hid a piece of music in the middle of the episode, and we asked people if they could identify this music piece. If they could connect this music piece to the life of Santa Teresa, then we would send them a prize.
So did they identify it?
We have
one winner.
We have the script here so we don't get lost.
So, Father, can you announce to our viewers who is our winner for the last week's episode's competition?
So there's a winner. And the winner is Victoria Kilatan, who not only correctly named the piece as Recuerdos de la Alhambra, but also pointed out correctly that Alhambra is located in Granada, where our Holy Mother established foundations of her nuns. I was there in Granada.
Wow! Hopefully
Father Richard was studying at the Mystical University in CITES, the Carmelite.
That's why he's also mystical, and his entrance was also very mystical.
Yes, with capuccio.
I'm sure some of you have seen him on the live stream masses, so you have heard his homilies, also very mystical.
Yeah.
And very long.
So once again, congratulations to Miss Victoria Kilatan for winning in our last episode's contest. Yay!
So we'll send out the prizes to you as soon as lockdown has come to an end. So, Father, maybe you can share with our viewers what you do as our student director.
Yes, Father. What do you do
How do you
here?
direct us?
Yes. Nowadays, it's a very providential that we are in the formation of Carmelites. Wow, we have 19 Carmelites in simple profession. 3 are in Trasianum in Rome. And then we have here 14 Carmelite students in philosophy and in theology. And then also we have one in Iloilo who is spending his formation pastorally. It is a privilege, at the same time grace moment to accompany our young and vibrant and spirited Carmelite student friars in their formation.
Young and vibrant. Yeah, young and vibrant.
Young, vibrant, and spirited, burning with love.
Are you sure you're not going to remove your...
Okay. This is part of the style, this is the mystical style.
Anyway, being mystical, so Father will wear his
No.
capuch
I
after
just
the
feel
end.
that I would like to be more serious, focused as a director, no?
Anyway.
So I am in the midst of my students. So that's why I have to wear this.
Moving on, since it is the Pentecost Sunday, this coming Sunday, and Father Richard is like the Holy Spirit who's been guiding us. He's a vocation director before, and he is my vocation director. So he's been guiding us up to this time.
Vocation director, student director, once in a while film director also when he directs our music performances. He's also a spiritual director. You serve as spiritual director also, Father.
So can you tell us something about your experience in spiritual direction, Father?
So I will now remove my capuch. Yes, no. Being director, actually, it is not something that you have to be proud of. Ooh. As a director, it is something that is a grace moment given to you to accompany and to join you with our seminary students. What is the question? To accompany different kinds of people, not only you seminaries, but also to accompany a lot of co-pilgrims as they open their hearts, soul, and discern the will of God for them and their God experience. The soul has a story, God's story, opening it up to a trusted director, and with that, you accompany until they finally discover their fullness, their peace, and their God experience vocation.
2 episodes ago, when we were talking about religious discernment, our previous student director, Father Wen.
Yes, Father Halvin.
Father Halvin.
Hey, Father.
Hello, Father Halvin. Shout out.
He also left a comment there advising if you want to do discernment, it's also good to have a spiritual director.
I totally agree with mi hermano, Padre Aluendo Amit. We need spiritual directors. The Holy Spirit, first and foremost, is the director. As mentioned by
Oh, see, we have the big book of
Saint John of the
Saint John
Cross.
of the Cross.
Can you tell us what should be the ideals or characteristics of a good spiritual director like you?
Okay. Perhaps we will consult our dear Holy Father, Saint John of the Cross.
Sure.
Kindly read from the Living Flame of Love, stanza 3, paragraph 30.
Let them realize that for this journey, especially its most sublime parts and even for the intermediate parts, they will hardly find a guide accomplished as to all their needs. For besides being learned and discreet, a director should have experience. Although the foundation for guiding a soul to spirit is knowledge and discretion, directors will not succeed in leading the soul onward in it when God bestows it, nor will they even understand if they have no experience of what true and pure spirit is. Explain, Father.
3 characteristics, real characteristics of a spiritual director. First,
Wise.
wise. Second,
Learned.
learned. The same.
Experience.
Experience. Third,
Discreet.
Discreet.
discreet. Okay. How would you
Okay.
explain that?
My gulay.
Experience, so easy, no? Yeah, it's so easy, but actually it's difficult. Before you can guide a person in the spiritual path of union or friendship with the Lord, the experience of friendship, prayer, must be first and foremost alive and true to the director. No? Because how can you guide a person if you yourself is not a prayerful person, if you yourself is not this authentic friendship with the Lord?
It's
So-
like the blind leading the blind.
Yes.
No. How can a blind really guide a blind? So how can you teach a person and guide a person to prayer if you yourself
Don't pray.
don't pray? Let's be serious. For those people who are experiencing crisis, are experiencing dark night,
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
our Holy Father is a master of it. If you yourself also do not know and experience these realities of dark night, we have also the element of experience the love of God, the realities of following the Lord before you become a guide. And second, as we also discover, there are a lot of learned directors because of their readings, because of their studies, learning from the other masters. Many spiritual directors have gone to formal studies. I am not bragging, but you see me as like this corny.
Oh,
But,
I find you funny actually, Father.
And last,
Discreet.
The
Discreet.
third one.
Discreet comes from the word discretion. Well, you can see that in the mastery of making decision. Though spiritual direction is not counseling, you don't automatically come for a spiritual direction because you are into crisis. The language in spiritual direction is more of the longings, cravings, the heartbeat of the soul in finding and living a meaningful life in God. What is important also that during the session, you can be guided by the director in making proper judgment or decisions also. That's why being practical, common sense, yes, spiritual also, it comes in the integral process. No? So being discreet until you finally experience peace and your place in the greater scheme of things.
So, as a final question, Father, you know, in the lives of the saints, some of them who are very famous spiritual directors, some of them have the power to read souls. Have you now also got this power to read souls?
Maybe you're reading our soul already.
A spiritual director is not a fortune teller o kaya
Or psychic.
Psychic o
Yeah.
ano na
But there are something, di ba?
Padre Pio.
Padre Pio. Padre.
That's also a gift. That's why it's as the Holy Spirit moves, no, there are many gifts also bestowed upon the director. No, he can interpret prophecies. He can also have the healing ministry just by being with you. Without any talking or any exploring some ideas, you will already find peace. Yes, there are spiritual directors by the gift of the Holy Spirit can interpret prophecies, can interpret dreams. But those are supernatural gifts. Oops.
That is supernatural also.
That's why we love St. John of the Cross as spiritual director. These are the least priority of the spiritual director to become a true and really credible spiritual director. You don't rely on spiritual visions, on magics, on powers, no? But rather more on that movement of loving. Even how ordinary it is without the supernatural visions or experiences, you can draw this soul back to that intimate relationship with the Lord in the path of love. So I would like to thank you, and you know, I talk a lot. You know, normally the spiritual director,
What?
normally the spiritual director does not talk too much.
Yeah.
Honestly, they are very cooperative, receptive in whatever session, whatever process, na, be it in IC, be it in confession. I don't know, confession. I
Canonical punishments.
punishment. I don't hear their confessions as
Yeah.
director. No.
So, thank you so much, Father Richard. I know you are a very busy person. Thank you, Father, for sharing to us your insights and knowledge about spiritual direction. And we all know that our viewers learned a lot from you.
I hope so. No? I hope so. Well, if you have some questions, well, you can comment or ask.
You can look for his Facebook account.
I commend them actually. They're very good guide of souls also. These
Yeah.
two and all the Carmelites. So thank you very much. No? And for this opportunity, it's Pentecost Sunday. The Holy Spirit is moving. The Holy Spirit will never run out of His love, companionship to us because we will always be under His inspiration and love. Amen.
Amen.
So we'll take this opportunity to thank Father Richard once more, and we look forward to seeing all of you again next week here on Brownie Time. Until then, take care and stay safe.
Bye.